Let's introduce some players to the bottom left-hand side of the map. It's going to be our Blue Zerg player from Team Liquid in this Liquid team kill. It is TLO. And down to the bottom right is going to be our Yellow Zerg player, also from Team Liquid, of course. If it's a team kill, it is Vortix. He's going to change things up completely from the ZVZ we've seen from him so far today. He's going to be dropping down this gas pool opening and just going to be setting up here early on with what will be a very fast Zergling speed. So I'm just going to be seeing Vortix going into this in the next few moments. And looking to apply the pressure here very early on in the game. Now, I wonder if he pulls out of gas completely at 100 and just kind of takes a hat-trick behind this, and then just sort of pressures with the early lings and then uses the Zergling speed as a way to then take down his own rocks and play very greedily behind this. Definitely possibilities. Let's keep an eye on this gas right now and see if he pulls out or if he's going to commit to the Bane and Nest too. Looks like he's going to go all for this, Bane and Nest and all, so... Okay, now he's going to pull 1 worker out, 2 workers out, and 3 workers out. Okay, so he isn't. Just mining a little bit over the top, so... I'm just mining a little bit too much there. I used to kind of, way back when I started casting, when I was casting with SDV Rush, there's a guy called Jack Tansey. Jack Tansey. Was that his name, Jack Tansey? I think it was. And he we would always joke about kind of the drones that mined one too much gas. We'd always joke about those drones being like I can't remember what it was. It's like they were like traitors or something, or like they were ruining the game plan of the player and stuff like that. We like shunned those drones forever. Like keep an eye on which one it was, just remember it, and just be like, it's that treacherous drone. As you can see, Vortix is checking for third base, doesn't see it as he runs up into the main with these first few lings. TLO with his own lings on the way out, a couple of queens as well. Obviously no Zergling speed for him just yet. He's actually pulling out gas here with these drones now, so he'll just mine completely just pure minerals. I imagine he would want to continue mining gas because the more gas he has, I mean, if he can get into Bane and Nest even, that would help out a lot with this. But just wants minerals right now to play kind of Queen Ling. And he's going to push this away for now. Vortix will pull back, and well, Vortix obviously has only got Zergling speed while he expands back at home, so TLO, if he just sort of defends here and stays in a defensive position, he should be okay. And now he starts up a Bane Nest of his own, so the Bane Nest is going to help him out with the defense here. Why not cast Guru Beast Security as well? Because it's very bad manner to jump into a cast which already has an English stream. As you see, these lings running in from Vortix going to be cleaning out quite a lot of the lings on the low ground. And you're going to be seeing the drones continue to drop down here. It also doesn't really make much sense to cast the same game as a bigger stream is casting. It's just kind of, viewership suicide. It doesn't make any sense at all, really. So this is one of them things, like, I think it's bad manner to kind of take a game which people are already casting and then sort of just doesn't make sense as well to kind of... I know when, again, I say this all the time, when I'm watching these sort of tournaments, I always get really frustrated whenever I'm watching and there's 2 English streams covering the exact same game and there's so many other games taking place. It doesn't really make any sense. Alright, so early on here, Vortix hasn't really achieved too much. Bane and Nest going to be coming down for him, and as we see TLO just more or less straight away going into roaches behind his Ling Bane. I'm just going to be seeing the Lings coming forwards, and Bane just looking to see what's going to be happening. So as the roaches finish up, or the roach runs finish up, we'll see Vortix actually heading into a third base as well. So third coming up for him. Actually, no roach run for him just yet. He's only just finished his Bane Nest. Moving in some Banelings. Where exactly? There they are, back at home. So not looking to be aggressive at all, just looking to kind of sit defensively. So Baneling's just going to sit over here. I'm just going to come on up, but we're going to see roaches on the way out from TLO, and well, he hasn't drone for a little while, although he is still already 7 workers ahead. So he's on a good worker count. Doesn't look as though he is going to all in. Just a few roaches for safety's sake, as we see the third hatch going to be coming down for him shortly. And again, with that lair on the way up, you'll have a much faster access to roach speed to be aggressive with if you'd like to. As the game goes on, we're going to see TLO just have to pay attention to them Zerglings, make sure he doesn't run into those Banes. And he will not, but then he runs into the Zerglings. 1 Ling 6 by though, and we'll just get a bit of a scout. Sees the Roach one and the Evo chamber, so very good information from TLO. And also sees the lack of lair, so seeing this gives him a lot of information about what Vortix is doing. It means basically Roach-based play, not going to be any kind of meterless base play, which is definitely a possibility in this sort of scenario oftentimes. As these Lings, Roaches, and Banes all just going to be setting up, seeing what they can do. And the few Lings just going to be pulling back. TLO going to cancel his Banes and realize he doesn't have too much of an opportunity to really apply pressure here, so just going to go back, keep droning, and again, he's in a bit of a lead. The kind of early aggression from Vortix never really paid off. Like, he never really got any drone kills, he just traded against Zerglings, and that was about it. And so TLO's come out of all of this with, okay, a slow third hatchery, but he is going to be going in towards his, he's got a bit of a drone, he's actually going to be dropping a Spire, so TLO is going into Roach speed. He's also dropping that Spire, which is going to make things very interesting. So he's got an Evo Chamber on the way up, so it's kind of as though he's going to go Roaches, but he's also going to go kind of Mutas, but he's going to have his Roach transition very much so prepared for here. As them Lings come up, he spots them rocks on the way down, and well, Vortix looking to apply some pressure now, of course. He's got his own +1/+1 already started, and the TLO will just work his way against the Zergler 2 from the high ground. He's got a few more Roaches on the way out to help him defend. As we see Vortix about to break through this position, or break through the rocks, and see how well this trade goes. A couple of Lings going down for a single Baneling already. Vortix is just going to back away. The Queen comes in, going to be able to inject on the third hatch, and looks as though Vortix will not really commit. I mean, he didn't really have enough units to truly commit, he just wanted them rocks down. And it does make TLO kind of aware of this position now. He's going to have to be cautious about this. He's going to have to be very wary of anything that could run by in through this location. So he's going to have to always keep that on his mind, which is a little bit of a frustration as we see 6 meters on the way up, and, well, Vortix working through the lower rocks now. And of course, he could just be here looking to kind of, I suppose, as his main plan, probably to kind of, say, move through the lower rocks, and then he has 2 different ways in which he can attack TLO. Maybe focus his main attack down the south side, then at the same time kind of run a couple of Roaches in towards the third base to try and distract and to harass with. So, well, possibility here is we're going to see +1 finishing shortly for Vortix. 6 meters are already out on the map. They are starting to move across now. In fact, already one of them has found an Overlord here. There's a lot of Roaches behind this from TLO too, who's actually way up in army supply. Would be attacking if he attacks right now into a Zerg player who has, well, a Zerg player who has a lot of kind of, has the +1 upgrade and is about to have Roach speed as well. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to see that Spore going down though, and everything just joined up together. It's just killing off Overlords. TLO a little bit supply blocked himself. His +1 halfway done. See a Hydra Den on the way down, but it's not much of a commitment to these meters at all from TLO. Only 6 Mutalisks is not too many. I'm just going to see these Roaches working all through the rocks on the right hand side. A few Ravagers are going to be morphing in, and these meters just going to be joining up overhead, just checking around, and TLO going to attack into the third, and Vortix not really ready to deal with this just yet. He's going to have a bit of an issue fighting through this because there is a Spore Crawler which is going to kind of choke him up a little bit. Spore Crawler does go down now. TLO continuing to fight. No +1 for him just yet. And these Ravagers will add a lot of DPS into this army. The Roaches are still there to attack. Meters coming in to just try and help fight too, but the Spores and the Queen's going to get rid of them fairly quickly. Pulls them over to the right hand side. They'll work their way through the drone line. We're going to see TLO definitely in a bit of a supply lead right now, taking down a lot of these Roaches. Queen is going to keep on dropping as well. And a few more corrosive bars being popped and a little bit more damage being done. It looks as though these Roaches, these Queens will continue to go down. And Vortix will GG out. Game number 1 going to be going the way of TLO. To the top left hand side, our blue Zerg from Team Liquid. In this Liquid team kill, it is TLO. And down to the bottom right, our yellow Zerg player from Team Liquid, it is going to be Vortix. Really interesting playstyle then from TLO, just sort of massing Roaches. You know, it really was just sort of massing Roaches after the handful of meters, and Vortix kind of caught just making a Hydra Den and droning a little bit further, not really ready to deal with the big Roach attack which came in, and kind of similar to what Vortix did in game number 1 against Nurture on this map, if you guys remember, where he just sort of kept making Roaches and just boom, just suddenly attacked Nurture while he's committing to +2, Hydra Den and more. Only of course Vortix didn't go in towards the Spire, which is going to be the main difference between TLO and Vortix in those games, but very well played by TLO in game number 1, takes that win and moves 1-0 up here in this best of 3 series. Lots and lots of Zerg in the qualifier, as always. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because we talk about, What do I want? How do I want to phrase this? I don't know actually. How do I want to phrase this? I have no idea. Well, yeah. I guess the talk on Twitter. Let's talk about that. The talk on Twitter is that ZVZ, or not ZVZ, but whatever versus Zerg. If you've got a good versus Zerg matchup, and you can play it well, then you're going to be able to play very well in the qualifiers here on the EU server and do very well because it's so Zerg heavy. And it's very true. I mean, you go up against, you're very likely just play only Zergs on your way through the bracket. You're going to see, wow, this early pull from TLO wasn't super early, but kind of early. Early pull is going to end up killing a drone and cancel the hatchery. So very good start from TLO here as he expands back at home. He's going to immediately take a bit of an advantage in this game, starts working away against this gas. I mean, this is just an extractor which will cost another drone to rebuild, so in a way it's kind of like another drone that has to be built at some point as well. Vortix is in a bit of trouble right now. He's taking a lot of damage. This extractor into fire once again. Drone's being pulled in, losing mining time, and well, these Zerglings from TLO, there's just so many of them. And TLO is getting a lot done here at the very start of the game and is definitely making up for his slight worker deficit here from the way in which these openings have gone. But, wow, TLO, fantastic start for him. I mean, I didn't really mention the pool first wave. I didn't think there was going to be much about it. But, wow, he did a really good job with this. TLO taking a very good advantage right at the start of game number 2. And, I mean, this is a big advantage, right? I mean, we're talking about, okay, TLO is much later on his gas. He doesn't have link speed. But he's going to go straight into roaches behind this. But Vortix is only just now rebuilding his hatchery. TLO's has already finished. 7 workers ahead. Going to be in a fantastic position here as TLO comes in. Going to clean out them rocks so he can finish off his wall with an Evo Chamber and Queens. And just looking great. I mean, what can Vortix do at this point? He double expands. He's going to take the third hatch at the same time. Going to look to utilize his Zergling speed advantage over TLO, and obviously that is one of the best ways to do it by taking the third hatchery, because if TLO is playing late gas into roaches straight away, then he's not going to have link speed, and he's not going to have the map control or units on the map to realistically cancel a third base. So Vortix is going to take advantage of that, get his third down nice and early, and we'll probably just focus on droning now. Now that he's seen his Rotron and an Evo Chamber at the front, he knows he can just focus on drones and focus on producing, saturating his bases, and playing catch-up here from the early stages. Lair on the way for TLO. He'll obviously want to head in towards most likely the roach speed, although maybe we see something like the Spio coming down once again. Do you see him taking a couple extra gases, going up to 3 gases until the start plus 1? It might just be the kind of exact same thing, from start to finish from TLO, with the kind of roaches into mutas into roaches straight away again. Very, very possible here as we see a few of these things just hanging back for Vortix. Just poking in, seeing that Queen's still there. Sees the upgrade has started, which is good information. And every time he pokes in, he's obviously looking as well to see if the roach speed has started too, which would give him a bit of an idea as to when the lair started or when the lair's finished. So just kind of keeping an eye out. And I mean, any information is good information, as TLO, of course, is going to be much later on this third hatchery. But he's going to be looking to get it right now, but not if Vortix has anything to say about it. Comes in with that link speed, kills that drone, gets out of there, re-engages momentarily, gets another Zerg kill, backs away once more. And just small trades here to just try and take advantages with, as we're going to see this drone. There's going to be a little bit of danger once again. TLO looking to kind of come around and defend this. Playing kind of trying to jump around those Zerglings. More links coming in. He's actually going to lose another drone here, so still can't take that third roach come in now. And surely this time TLO will get the third hatchery down if that's what he wants. As we see, still a wall on the natural as well. And TLO moving over there with the drone. Will finally get that third hatchery started for himself. So, TLO doesn't go into meters this time around, just going to go into that roach speed straight away. And with the faster +1, and with roach speed on the way up, he's definitely got a lot of potential to hit at timing here. Again, TLO is just so far ahead in the early stages of this game, it's going to be very, very difficult for Vortix to really defend against this. I mean, he's just been behind from the start, and, well, that's going to be make it difficult to then hold off against an aggressive timing from your opponent. I mean, Vortix is only just caught up on drones right now. Now he's starting to produce roaches. TLO with some roaches in position to morph in some ravages potentially. As more roaches come across the map here. Some more links coming in. TLO actually is going to start +2. Go into some drones. He's not overcommitting to this at all. As he comes in, and lots more links on the way out for Vortix. That +1 upgrade advantage is the advantage here for TLO as he comes in. And is that going to be enough for him as he's targeting down roaches? Lings are going down pretty quickly as well. But in fact, right now, it looks as though TLO does have enough to more or less make his way through this rather easily. Continuing to fight against a few of these Zerglings running on in here. But only takes 2 shots to kill off the Lings when he's got the +1 upgrade. And that is going to make a big difference when it comes to kind of continuing to trade. As the Roach numbers are falling here drastically for Vortix. TLO kind of running out of steam as well, though. Without reinforcing this, he's going to kind of just have to move away. And he will end up just kiting away and kind of cleaning up a few extra Lings on those way out. That's... Well, it's a little bit strange. I mean, if TLO maybe not realizing how much of a chance he had there, because if he'd gone into more and more roaches, he would have been able to get a whole bunch more damage done, but unfortunately he didn't. And we're just going to see Vortix just pulling over to the right-hand side and looking to see what else he can do. I mean, the thing is, Vortix is just kind of... I mean, the one thing TLO did do is start +2, droned up a lot, so he played the safer game, where he's basically going to commit into the next upgrade and hit his next time in attack with that upgrade, and play from there with higher drone count, which is also going to work as well. Thank you very much for the sub, Dirty Paws Canada. Dirty Paws Canada. Thank you very much. STI hearts in the chat, please, for our new subscriber. Welcome to the War Disciples. And I appreciate the support, as always. Second sub of the day, thank you very much. On the way back up, the hashtag road to 100 subs. Is it alive once again? Very possibly. Thank you very much for the sub, appreciate it. If I'm saying your name wrong at all, please do correct me, as always. Always good to know if I'm saying names correctly. As we see Vortix, bit of a run by here. We'll be looking to obviously delay TLO's attack. He scouts the Spire coming in. His Lings will be dealt with though, and as TLO hits +2 now, well, the next time in attack, the next time in window for him opens, and he begins to move across, and honestly, I'm not sure if Vortix is going to have enough to defend. He starts a +1 Carapace, because it'll finish faster. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for him at all. I'm really, really not sure. I mean, TLO's just got so much. He's actually going to come around, the left-hand side, so he doesn't have to fight through as much of a choke point. So he's going to come around the left, and Vortix doesn't even have Roach speed right now. I mean, that's kind of how tough a position he's in. And this +2 kind of time and window, definitely something TLO can look to utilize here. As he comes in, he's going to work his way through the rocks. Yeah, he is. Now, he's got lots of gas as well, so probably going to see a whole bunch of Ravagers coming up here, which make this army even better for TLO. Or are we? Maybe he's just going to save that. I mean, Mutas are on the way up. The Spire's about to finish here very soon. As we're going to see Queen's already pulled for Vortix. Obviously, TLO wants to knock these rocks down at the same time and then come through both at the same time. And we're going to see TLO not just committing quite yet, so he's not going to go for it. As he's saving it for Mutas, he's just going to wait a bit longer. Lots of Queens, though. Spores on the way, and TLO not going to hit this timing. However, that being said, I mean, he is also going to still have the timing because it's only +1 Carapace for Vortix, not the +2. That's finishing up. And with the +1 Carapace coming in instead, it's not as effective as the missile attacks here in the ZVZs. Missile attacks are so much stronger and so much more effective generally in Roach versus Roach. So, and I mean, TLO has also got his own +1 Carapace finishing very soon as well, so you will still have a big window where he's going to have a ability to do damage here. As we're going to see an Overlord taken down by the Mutas. One more Overlord down here is pretty much, I mean, this one too. Pretty much the only Overlords that are really going to be reachable by these Mutalisks. But there's actually Queens nearby, which could come in maybe protect this. Vortix going to start coming forwards. Queens doing a lot of damage Spore as well. One of the Mutas nearly going down already. As these Roaches, well, a couple of Ravagers coming in. I say a couple, there's a whole bunch in the back. He still had a lot of gas left over apparently, despite all these Mutas. As TLO finding all of these Overlords and Vortix supply blocked as we see TLO getting ready to come forward, go for this attack here in the next couple of moments. And here we go. Gonna start moving forwards right now. This Road Ravager Force, a couple of Prosopals already coming down, looking to hit that Spore Crawler. Transfuser's being used on that there. As TLO off the way into the main base, just gonna try and hit the mineral lines. He flies through a couple of spores to get here, but now the mineral line is all his to take. As again, that upgrade advantage is gonna be here with Ravagers as well. Vortix just so far behind from the early game, and TLO in a very good position from the start through to the end. Played this out very nicely as well, never overcommitted to anything. Maybe could have ended the game sooner, but played it safe. And, you know, while he didn't end the game sooner, he made sure he was always pushing himself further into a lead whenever he wasn't just ending the game with his advantages. We're going to see these Roaches, these Ravagers, cleaning up so much over here. And his Queen's taking a lot of damage too. It looks as though TLO is going to be able to clean out. I mean, maybe these Ravagers get pushed back just about by the few Roaches that are left over, but the Mutas are still in the main base, killing the Roach Roaring. They killed a bunch of drones in here. And TLO's got reinforcements on the way up, obviously, and they're going to start streaming across the map as well. Coming in from the back and actually taking down a few of these Queens on low health, trying to transfuse themselves. The Ravagers are going to come back in as well. And we actually saw a bit of burrow play over there by TLO to keep them Ravagers alive for a moment or two. GG! TLO takes it 2-0, and he is